the Bhagavad Gita is something everybody is aware of and talks about, and very few really internalize. I believe that the Gita cannot be read from an intellectual standpoint. It's not a book. I believe you have to surrender completely, mind, body and soul, in order to imbibe the Gita's timeless teaching. It is not something you analyze. It's way beyond analysis. So, I think the right way to approach the Gita is from the standpoint of Bhakti and Samarpan rather than Viveka or analysis. But having said that, it's a fascinating story. In the first chapter of the Gita, Arjuna is fulminating about all his travails, lamenting about this, that and the other, complaining, whining, finding reasons for non-performance, why he can't fight, why he should not fight, trotting out all kinds of persuasive reasons why he should put down his weapons and go home. He says, how can I fight against all these teachers and super competent warriors and relatives, and these are all people whom I've grown up with. I love them and they love me. How can I go against them? How many thousands of women will be widows? How can I carry that on my conscience? So he's a master at communication, and he finds all kinds of entirely plausible reasons why he shouldn't fight. Rationalizes everything, finds excuses galore. And it's fascinating. I'm just imagining Krishna just standing there with a very slight smile on his face, humoring him, humoring Arjuna. This entire first chapter is the Arjuna Vishada Yoga, which is Arjuna's lament. And throughout that first chapter, one thing stands out. The Lord is the best listener in the universe. Completely non-judgmental, listening intently with his entire capabilities as the supreme God head of the universe, a perfect listener. And after all this powerful lament is over, after all the powerful laments are over, just imagine him standing there and smiling and say, are you finished now? Do you think I can talk? And that's where the second chapter starts. And then the Lord says, if you finish now, maybe I can speak. And then proceeds to provide mankind with the most sublime, immortal message, the most complete teachings to help human beings survive in this very turbulent world, timeless, immortal. Verse 3 in chapter 2 is one of the most powerful shlokas in the Gita. Krishna says, Klaibya mas magava partha na etat tvai upapadyate chudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktotishta parantapa. It's almost like a whiplash that he administers to Arjuna. He says, Klaibyam mas magama partha. Klaibyam means importance. And Partha is son of Pritha. Pritha is Kunti. So Partha is son of Pritha, Kunti. Partha, Klaibyam, mas magama. So what that means is, O son of Kunti, Partha, this importance doesn't suit you. It doesn't suit you. Na etat tvai upapadyate. Doesn't fit you. So therefore, stop this whining, because it doesn't sit easily on you. Chudram hridaya daurbalyam. He says, all this petty weakness of heart that you demonstrated to me over the last 45 odd shlokas in the first chapter, it's completely misplaced. These are all the rantings of a weak person, and weak is the last adjective I'd use for you. So stop pretending to be weak. Don't put on this show of weakness. All this weakness of heart, this petty weaknesses that you're talking about, these are irrelevant to you, and you can't fool me. I know who you are. So stand up. Tyaktotishta parantapa. Give up all this weakness and stand up. Stand tall. Because aren't you parantapa? And I know it better than anyone that you are parantapa. One who can scorch enemies with your courage, with your skill, with your competence, with your stature, with your reputation, with all that is good and great. You can scorch your enemies. That's who you are. You're a giant, so stop pretending to be a pygmy. And that message is aimed straight at the heart of you and me too. You're a giant, so stop pretending to be a pygmy, because you are parantapa. You are this infinite bundle of skills, competences, attitudes, knowledge, wisdom and courage. You're infinite, because aren't you a part of me? You're the same spark that is me. So, by definition, you're infinite. So, stop trying to think you are finite. You're bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger than you think you are. It's very comforting for you to think you're small. You got used to thinking you're small, so that you don't have any responsibility to be your true self, because you think you are this, but actually you are that. It's very comfortable for you to sit in your little hole, but actually you are 200 feet tall. It's very comfortable to be 2 feet tall and pretend that's all you are. Because getting out of your comfort zone means taking responsibility. You better start doing that, Arjuna. You have a stake in this world. You're a role model. Putting yourself out in discomfort goes with the territory of leadership. You have to take charge. Even if taking charge means some pain, that is your duty, that is your calling. So you better stand up and take responsibility for your own growth, says Krishna. Isn't that a wonderful message for all of us?